Ladies and gentlemen, how are you doing today? I am Intro Nerded, and we are back in Elite Dangerous. Thank you, System Authority Vessel, for ruining the intro. It's fine. Today, we are going to continue the Zero to Hero run that we have going. And, well, we're in a Sidewinder. It's this little tiny thing over here. I am going to have a good time flying that around. I am debating if I'm going to do any, let's see. There we go. I'm debating if I'm going to be doing any flight assist off flying, which I'll show you once I get out of this station, but I don't think I will be. I am not good at it, and that's not going to be good content for you to watch me struggle instead of, making a little bit of progression. But I tell you what, let's go ahead and see what kind of missions we can get on this character. The other thing that I will say is since the last time that I recorded, I was able to get some rudder pedals for Flight Sim, and I'm using those in this game, which means that I am going to be getting a little bit used to that and seeing, if I'm liking being able to yaw left and right with them. We'll find out. Let's see, how far is that? 7 light years. What is my... I don't even know what this... I'm too used to my other save. Okay, I can go 15 light years unladen. That's pretty good. Oh, that's right. Hold on, we got to go back because I want to see what my outfitting for my ship was. I think I upgraded my jump drive here, or frame shift drive. Yeah, so I got a 2A with an SCO. So that's the best frame shift drive that will fit in this ship. And I think I used, does it show how much? Yeah, we have 56,000 credits left. Pretty sure we used just about everything for that. Yeah, everything else is loan. Sorry, because I haven't done this save in a long time, I don't even know what all we have right here. So, okay, I don't think we have an SRV bay. Oh, we do have an SRV bay. That's nice of them to give us one. Huh, okay. Do we have any utility mounts? No. Do we have any hard points? We do. 2 terrible pulse lasers. Okay. So we're not going to be doing combat. What is combat? Combat. We won't be doing any combat, at least until we get some upgrades going, because we have terrible shields, terrible hull, terrible weapons, and no support modules whatsoever. We don't have any scanners to get more bounty out of it. We don't have anything like that. We also don't have any load time, apparently. We're standing by for a while. This might not be good. Alright, and we are back. Let's see if this loads this time. It does. Okay. I had to jump out to the main menu and come back in. That happens sometimes. Not much you can do about it. Surface hunt. We don't have any good things for surface hunt. I believe that would be... Let's see. Position. Yeah, so that would be first person stuff on foot, which... don't really feel like doing right now. That's 15 light years away. What did I say we could do? I think it was about 15. Got so distracted by not being able to... Yeah, so be pushing it to do that one. Well, it'd be 2 jumps. Let's see. We're looking for decent credits, but, able to do it, which is not so much. 16 units. That would take forever in this ship. Mining, donating 2 units of coffee. No, I don't have any coffee. Yeah, 3,400 units of water. No. 1,000,000 credits would be nice, but 18 units of advanced medicine. What kind of inventory space do we have? We have 4. Okay, for over 100,000, that was tempting, but we'd have to do some real... messing around with the outfitting here. So what do we have that we could get rid of that, so that would give us how much extra? We don't need a planetary vehicle hangar. There's no 2E cargo racks here. Okay, we're not going to worry about that then. If we could get a 2E cargo rack and maybe fit some in there, that'd be great. You know what? Alright. Forget, picking through everything. We're just going to find something decent. We are going to do... let's do 34,000. What was the other one up here? That one was 35,000. Courier job. So, data we stored on your computer. Oh, okay. So we could actually do this and the other one. Even if they're not in the same direction, that's okay. I'm going to accept that one. And also this one, I believe. Let's see. So we're going to a port. Silo. That's probably a ground system, but it's 1600 light seconds away. Okay, so this is the boring part of the video. Hopefully. Let's collect the items. Okay, so we have the 2 items there. Okay, great. So, let's get flying. Ooh, a fuel scoop would be good. Do they have a fuel scoop here? Optional internal. What if I only have 2 cargo right now, correct? Where is my... Sorry, I'm having to relearn all my bindings and such. Here, I'll tell you what. I'll just come down here. I also have a new mouse that I'm trying, and... Okay, I can't get that to go to the next page. Oh. You know, I could do the Z and the C that's showing over here, if I actually decided to read. So yeah, we're only using 2 of those. So let's see if we can get a fuel scoop, even if it's a tiny little one. No, we want to keep the oops, wrong button. We want to keep the planetary vehicle hangar. We don't need that, and that's a loaned one, so it'd be kind of nice to sort of replace things as we go. Fuel scoops. Ooh, we do. We have a 1E or a 6A. That's not going to happen because we don't have an Anaconda. That is going to scoop fuel so slow, but with this tiny little jump range, we're going to take what we can get. So, let's see. I'm also realizing that I just now started my timer, and I've only been recording for... long enough. Thank you. It's only been 9 minutes. There we go. Okay, so... Okay, I need to stop hitting escape to try and go back. That is not working. So, let's see what our trip here looks like. So, that's going to need to go somewhere. That's going to need to go somewhere. So that is going to Col 285 Sector GG TAC D. It's going to Col 285 Sector CY TAC N. Okay, that's why it looked pretty similar, because they're in the same sector, but that means absolutely nothing in terms of how close they actually are. Alright, so before we do anything, we're going to come down here, forget economical. Okay, it actually defaults to fastest, unless I changed it last time and it stays that way. Regardless, that is good. Alright, so that's GG Tech D A42-0. It's plotter route. 2 jumps. Okay, we can do that. So, I think that now it is time to stop being boring. Let's... I don't want to... We're going in here. We're going to turn off auto dock, auto launch, and auto land. Because I mean, I kind of want to fly. I'm going to turn off Super Cruise Assist as well. I'm playing this game because I want to fly, so let's do it. Alright, so as we're coming up here, this is going to be, I think, our first mission. It's been a while since I did that first episode, so let's turn on our lights if I can remember the button. There we go.
Ship released. Make way for oncoming traffic.
And the lights are immediately not helpful, so we're just going to turn them right back off. Boost up towards the sky, all powered engines. Oh, we need to get our landing gear up.
Landing gear retracted.
Thank you. There we go. That's better. Alright, where are we looking in terms of our jump point? Is it above the horizon? It is. Okay, good. We might be able to jump directly from there. So, alright, so I forget that I need to, maybe talk about what I'm doing instead of just saying the thing I'm doing. So, because this is above the horizon of the planet, we can jump straight to it. See the horizon there? YouTube bitrate might be crushing that, but over there you can see it a little better. If it was behind the planet, we wouldn't be able to jump directly to it. But let's see if we can now, once I remember the button. It is that one. Cool. Yeah, remembering the bindings. I wrote them all down, but then I realized it was for a different game, and that's not going to help. So we are going to be doing it for this game and finding it all out together, which is great content to watch, I'm sure. Alright. There we go. First time into witch space this time. So, let's see. Which derailment of my train of thought do I need to go back to? It's been long enough since I played last time that I'm not sure if we did any missions. I don't believe we did. I think we did the beginner mission, then we landed, got our Sidewinder, did a few little outfitting things like putting the cargo rack on there and upgrading that frameshift drive. And then I think we called it a day there. So as soon as we get out of this Braben tunnel through witch space, then we'll be all set. Servers are not cooperating very well tonight. Which is interesting, because, I mean, peek behind the curtain, it's a Thursday night, and they update the servers Thursday morning, so you'd think that they'd be in the healthiest state they were going to be, but, you know, that's just me knowing nothing about that level of IT. I can put a computer together and do the most basic Googling to figure out the problem, but server performance over continental distances is not something I specialize in. Oh boy, we're in witch space long enough that we'll see if we end up getting kicked to a menu and jumping back in. Well, let's see. Well, we have time. So we did the intro last time. We got our ship. We upgraded it. This time, I think I'm just going to do this mission. Well, I guess these two missions. Get some credits put together. And hey, look at that. We didn't actually have to go to a mission. A menu. So that's good. I'm trying to twist my... Oh, wait, do I have a... Let's see. I don't think I have a discovery scanner on a fire group right now. Let's do that so that we can get, you know, the most basic of SC Suite. What is SC Suite? I have no idea what that is. Is that specific to a Sidewinder? SC Suite. I don't know what that is. Anyway, I am going to do these two missions, kind of get a basic start, and then just kind of, from there, kind of feel out what we're thinking. And if we can feel out what we're thinking, then we can, you know, decide, well, first we got to get a few upgrades for the ship, I suppose, because it's not really good at anything. It's not good at combat. It's not, well, the Sidewinder will never be good at anything, but it's not tailored to anything right now. Right now it's just a courier that can do a few basic jumps, so it's got range, and that's about it. So I guess that's the specialization that we went for this time. But what we want to do before going too far down is kind of deciding which route we want to specialize down. And, I mean, a good example of that would be the different ranks. Oh, okay, that was much faster. I thought we'd have a little more time. So let's see. Before we talk about that... Alright, there it is. The Lemon is where we're going, which is a totally normal name. Let's lock that destination. And we'll get our... Oops, wrong one. Oh, Colonization Suite. I thought it was... like Star Citizen Suite, which is not what this game is, so I don't know why I thought that. Ooh, 5,000 light seconds away. That's going to take a bit. Let's get rid of that then. Okay, so what we're going to do, I have never done this before in this ship. We're going to see how well this thing does SCO, which is Super Cruise Overcharge? Yes, okay. It's gonna kick around a lot, but it'll make us get there a lot faster. So we're gonna probably overshoot it here. Now, I'm not good at kind of judging when to cut that off, because we got a lot closer, but we didn't... actually, no, that was not bad. I thought that was way worse when I did it. There we go, overshot it on the pullback, there we go. So now what you want to do when you're coming into a place like this is that... ticking down very quickly number is the light seconds, the distance you are away. It'll switch into megameters here in a bit, which is, you know, kilometers. It's the next step up from that, I believe. I'm not good at metric, even though it makes more sense and we should all do it. The 0, tac 06, 0 colon, semicolon, whichever one that is, who knows. Probably everybody watching this, oh well. That is, like, how long it will take you to get there. And what you want to do is that blue bar to the bottom right of the radar and the bottom of the screen, that is your speed, and the blue bar is the maneuvering section of that speed. So when you start going towards a place, once that comes down to about 7, maybe 6 seconds, you pull back on your throttle until you are in that blue maneuvering section, because that is going to be the sweet spot for you, not getting too close to the place you're trying to go while still, you know, not too close, what am I saying? Not overshooting the place you're trying to go while still getting there kind of as fast as you can. Because, I mean, I could pull it back more, and then you're going to see that number start to tick up. We don't want that. So, we're going to keep it around 6 or 7 seconds. As you get closer, once you are... as long as your speed in the bottom left is in that blue section, that's good. And then you get close enough from the top left, well, top of the bottom left, that distance is going to show you when you're able to drop out of what we are in right now, which is Super Cruise. And now we are in regular flight. Okay, we have a terrifying ship. terrifying station. So those swinging arms look beautiful until you have to land at this station and aren't paying attention, and then you get absolutely clobbered by them, which is nice. It's not. I lied. But let's see. Gotta fly in toward it. Let's request docking. And we're going to come up here with a little downward thrust to push us down towards the mail slot here, going through the toast rack. There's a lot of lingo. So this is a station that you're going to land at. Almost every station is going to look at least something like this. I've kind of messed up that. Get some upward thrust now. There we go. So this is a kind of variant of what's called a Coriolis station. There we go. And this ship is going to cut in front of us, and I'm going to let him because I'm in a tiny Sidewinder, and I will not win this bumper car fight. Yeah, no, go ahead. Go ahead, Anaconda. It's fine. Anyway, this is what's called the Coriolis station. That's just the name of the type of station that it is. And yeah, all stations, if I stop pushing, it'll start to spin. So that's what happens. So 29, we're going to the back section here. Yeah, no, I'm making way for the larger vessel. It's very scary when I'm this small. We're going to go ahead and put down our landing gear. So yeah, the stations spin, which is kind of cool because it gives the illusion of creating gravity. And then as you're coming in like this, you have to match that spin as you're coming through that tiny little opening. It seems really big in a Sidewinder, but in that Anaconda that we just were flying behind, it would seem very small. So that's called the mail slot, and the kind of wire rack outside of it. I don't know if there's a purpose for it in the lore here. We'll go ahead and drop down. But that's called the toast rack, which, makes sense because it looks like the rack in a toaster. All right, mission board. Coming over here. We're going to come over here and complete this mission. And right now, we could get influence or we could get reputation with this faction. We don't know where we're going to settle. So I don't know if being friends with the Syndicate of Najambwa, there we go, that's a fun one. I don't know if being friends with the Syndicate of Najambwa would be good for us. I don't know who the Raider Kareem powers are, or if that's a person, who knows. So right now we're not going to worry about reputation, and 10,000 credits isn't very much. Influence would be if you wanted this faction to become more powerful in the star system that you're in. It raises their basically political clout. Think of it like that. Political importance, if you will. But still, that's only 10,000 credits. But here's what we want. We need credits, and we need them badly. Oh, would you look at that? We got a lot of reputation. We finished a courier job, and we also went from penniless to mostly penniless. That trade rank, white on the middle left. All right, but now this gives us kind of a good time to look at this. So these are the 6 main ways that you can play this game, for the most part, with like 6 or 7 or maybe 10 caveats. So combat rank, yes, that's how you fight, by either ship-to-ship combat, or I believe you even get some rank from that, maybe even faster than ship-to-ship if you do FPS, first-person combat, like on a moon or a planet. And then Explorer in the top right, you go out into the black, you find hopefully unexplored places, you scan them, you bring them back, you make money doing that. Trade rank, you trade things. I got it for a courier mission. I thought it was just for trading commodities, but nope, it's for courier missions as well. CQC is a kind of standalone, this is a very bad example, a standalone lobby like Call of Duty. So you're jumping into it, you're flying little fighters that are designed specifically for CQC, close quarters combat. You're not flying in the spaceships, anything even as big as a Sidewinder. This would be huge in that. So you're not doing that. You are flying in a little fighter and flying against a lobby of other players. It is not very well maintained by Frontier, the company that makes this game. It was released years ago and then almost immediately neglected. It still has a hardcore following, but the problem there is if you're jumping in, you're going to get destroyed. And the people that still play it are to the point where they are so good that it's going to be incredibly hard to learn, because you won't know what you did wrong by the time you die. So you'd almost need to be playing with people that you know so that you could be learning while you're playing. Mercenary is that's tougher. I believe that's like fighting for the different factions, whether power play, which we will get into power play up here in the up here in the top right. We'll get into that. We're gonna look at that. Not this episode though. That's a whole thing that you could do. It's a whole rabbit hole you can go down. Very fun. My main character does it. Not right now. But yeah, whether you're fighting for these power play factions, or if we come over here for these factions here, Federation, Empire, and Alliance. To be honest, the main reason you would fight for these is for their exclusive ships. The Federation has a couple fighting ships, not fighters, fighting ships, all the way up to the Federal Corvette, which is the biggest fighting ship. Definitely not the best. It could be the best, just a lot of it in Elite Dangerous comes down to skill. But it's just a big ship. I have one on my main. It's a very fun ship. I'm not a good fighter, but I like having it. The Empire has some very pretty ships, and the biggest one, the Imperial Cutter, is essentially like a luxury yacht that also happens to have the largest cargo space. So that's what you can use that for. That's my trade ship that you probably saw in the video I made where I kind of came back and then flew around for a while. Alliance has a couple ships like the Chieftain, and I can't remember any of the others, so I don't know why I started giving examples. That is a very fun ship to fly. I have not flown it much, but when I have flown it, I've had a good time. You don't even need rank in the Alliance to do that, though, so you don't even have to worry about it. And anyway, the last of the ranks is Exobiologist, and that is when you... Honestly, it might as well be just a branch of Explorer. That might explain why they're both blue, and now that I'm looking at it, Combat and Mercenary being yellow, makes sense. Okay, I see what they did there. While you're exploring, you're going to find alien life forms, not like walking around talking or, there's no probes, but you'll find fungi and bacterium and, hopefully Stratum tectonicus. Stratum tectonica? I don't know. My Latin is rusty. Anyway, you'll find those and you'll scan them, and when you bring them back, they are worth money. If you want to make money, you can do some, not exploits, but some like very specific things with trade. You can do bounty hunting. You can hunt Thargoids, which are actual aliens that fly around, but they are in a much diminished capacity since the Thargoid War ended last year. Mainly, you're just going to go and do exobio. You're going to get... if you find Stratum tectonica that hasn't been discovered before, it's going to be worth 20, 30 million, and then you're going to get a bonus of like 170 million. So it's almost 200 million most times that you find it if it hasn't been discovered before. So that's what you do if you want money. We could do that, but in this ship it would take so long to get out there that it wouldn't be worth it. So I think that's all checked off. Now that we've talked about all that, we can come here. See, I'm trying to cover all the basics so that we are kind of at a place where we can just play. I know it's probably not the most interesting thing. Why can I not? Wait a second. Nope. So wait. I'm here? You have a mission target at this Hold on, what is happening? So wait, what is this? HIP 97-950. You have a mission target at this location. How many missions do I have? System mission, 2 units of food cartridges. Didn't I do that? Okay, so we are here. We somehow have missions. My active missions. Okay, so we need to figure out what's going on. We're going to plot that route. 3 jumps. Okay, so we refueled, I believe. We'll double check that. Alright, so what am I doing here? So I'm going to that place. CY Tech NB 21 Tech O. Okay. Can't be replaced if lost. Don't like that. Okay, so I picked it up at Chamberlain's Rest. Yes, did that. Now I'm going to... Alright, let's make sure we're going to the right place. So we're going to... Oh, well, we won't be able to look at Eudoxus Silo, but Cole 285 Sector CY Tech N, B2 Tech 1 Tech O. Are we headed to the right place? CY Tech N, B 21 Tech O. Is that right? I believe so, but I'm going to double check before. It'd be one thing if it was like one jump, like, wrong place, let me just head off, and here we go. No, we're going to make sure. Also, I'm just realizing this place is called the Lemon, and it's red on the outside. It should be yellow. Huh. Interesting. I'm also curious if just kind of basic mission running is going to get us anywhere near to... Oh, okay, this does not have good downward thrusters when you stop flying upwards. Wondering if this will get us anywhere near to the colonization areas of the galaxy. Like, there's now colonization in here where if you have a strong enough group or you have good enough skills at hauling and finding commodities, that's the word I was looking for, you can go out, you can claim a region of space, and you can then have that as your own, build stations and whatnot. I'm going to see what this is. Promotion to mostly penniless. Okay. Ooh, fun. Wait for it. And yeah, that's it. I think it added like a tiny little laurel wreath to it. Yep, that's it. Anyway, we will not be colonizing. If we do, it will be a very long way off because it takes not a huge amount of money once you get going. Once, you know, millions aren't that big a deal in this game once you have a bit of a baseline, but you can't do it in a Sidewinder. We'll put it that way. Or maybe you can. Maybe someone can. I cannot. Do I have... I think I have orbit lines turned off, which is terrifying. Let me see. I did. Okay. Did have orbit lines turned off. Yes, I know. It's not used to baseline ships where you can't scoop fuel without overheating. This is... Okay, we never got to 100%. I don't think you start taking damage until you're at 100%. We will find out when we land. But we scooped some fuel back, so now basically I just wanted to make sure we could get there. But I think it's only 2 more jumps, and if that's the case, we'll be fine. Let's find out. Okay, timed that badly. Thought I would say that and we'd go straight into hyperspace, but it's fine. Don't worry about it. There we go. That's the noise I was trying to time better, and I did a very poor job of it. But at least the load times into these systems haven't been as bad as that one, so, you know, take what you can get. Oh, this, I believe this station that we're going to is like 5,000 light seconds away from the star. And, I mean, really all that means is it's far. Light seconds is how long it takes light to go in a second, as opposed to a light year. You could probably figure that out, but it's one of those things that I never really thought about until it just suddenly clicked for me, and then I thought, oh, well, yeah, of course it's called that. So, I don't know, maybe someone else thinks like me. If you notice that moving in the bottom, I was just adjusting my sensor so it was zoomed in a little more so I could make sure I was far enough away from the star. But here we go, going to Kumo Crew Independent Space. That's probably good. I don't know. Let's see, we'll go about, I don't know, 10, 15 more minutes and then we'll call it a day. We'll finish up this mission and see where that puts us bank-wise. Ooh, a binary system. That's pretty. How far do we have to go again? Oh. Wait, why is that locked already? That shouldn't be locked. I haven't explored this space, so it shouldn't be locked yet. That's interesting. What is going on? Normally things are only only able to be, well, let's take them. Alright, guess we're gonna find out if this is the right place or not. Places are, you're only able to like lock onto places once you land, you know, scan the beacon in the center of the system, and that will kind of, I guess I'm saying lock. I'm locked onto it with my sensors. It's not that you like can't lock onto them, but you just wouldn't know which one to choose. So the fact that it kind of showed me where it was seems like I almost skipped a step. But you know what? I still have to land on a planet. I am relatively sure. Was that a surface base? Let's see. Doesn't say. I'll tell you what though. I'm assuming it is. As we get closer, because let's see, so that'll be the planet, and, well, maybe not. It looks like it's only 1 layer deep. Oh, there we go. I almost missed it by searching in a menu, but here we go, sitting at 6 seconds, 7 seconds away, so that's good. And the nice thing is you can just set the throttle there, and I took the springs out of the throttle that I have. So, okay, we're in a gravity well right now, so that's why we're slowing down. Speed it up just a little bit. Took the springs out of the side stick that I have, and there we go, Exodus silo. Okay, so it is, we are going to have to land on a planet, which is fine. With the springs out, though, I am able to put the throttle where I want it, and I adjusted the stiffness so it actually just stays there, which is very nice for this, because I used to have to hold it there with this, well, for the day that I tried it before I realized I hated that, and I took the springs out. Alright, we're doing a lot of discoveries right now, which is great, but they're not going to be worth much. This is all very well explored space. If you want actual money, you need to go way out into the black where no one's been before and put your name down, because if you... Let's see, I have time. If you explore a place... Look at this, you can get your name put on there. So Commander Leo is the first one to find this. Where are we headed? We are headed to that one. Noast, first discovered and first mapped by Nasty Smiles. Mapping like... Oh, well, I'm going to overshoot it now because I was in a menu. This is what they call the Loop of Shame. And that's fine. Yeah, back when I played, 2017, 2018 was probably the most active time for me to play. When I played, I don't think scanning planets was a thing, but now it is, and I had to learn a whole new thing, because I did some decent exploring. I went all the way to the center of the galaxy, which, when I'm not trying to land on a planet, I can pull up the galaxy map. It is, well, let's see, actually was it just last night? 2 nights ago, I flew back on my main character, which has a jump range of, with the cargo I had, I think it was 78 or 81 light years, like not super maxed out, but pretty far. And that took me 192 jumps to get back, and I was just to the galactic southeast of the core by, you know, a couple hundred light years, but nothing too crazy. But that was almost 200 jumps at, you know, 75 light years on average, probably a jump. So we're not going to be exploring, and we're not going to be going out far enough that you can find that. I forget why I started with that, because now I'm trying to focus on getting close enough to this place without overshooting it. And it's been a while since I had to fly down to a planetary base, because I don't do too much on planets. So yeah, let's see. Get it to about 25 degrees or so, and then we'll tuck down to it and kind of get ready to come in for a landing. I'm gonna preemptively turn on my lights. Okay, there we go. That should do it. Hey, just about 25 degrees. That wasn't too bad. I'm gonna rotate like that. And I still have my throttle in the blue, which will hopefully not be too fast. Okay, good. If you're too fast, you skip this section and you just drop out into your normal speed, which is much slower. Thankfully, we were only 35 kilometers away, so I could have done it, but I'm glad that we don't have to. Let's turn on night vision as well, since it's nighttime. And this because I'm, you know, lucky enough to have a throttle and a hose-ass hand-on stick and stick setup. I have a lot of buttons and I can map them all, so that's why it's kind of nice to be able to find all those commands. I was trying to listen to that, but I realized it's the same thing they always say. Anyway, it's nice to have those buttons mapped to those commands mapped to buttons that are just within easy reach. Sorry, it is probably very difficult to listen to me struggling through this, because I'm out of practice, and that is fine, because I'm having a good time. Alright, so we're going to be landing facing this way, which you can tell because that 0-1 over in the corner there was reversed to us, and you're going to be facing that when you land. So we're actually going to enable free look and use our stick to kind of line up with that there. Trick is not crashing while we do it. Alright, so put in some rudder. We're almost going to treat this like a very abbreviated final approach in a actual aircraft. There we go. And then we're going to slow down a little bit, put in more throttle. Overshot it just a touch, that's fine. I mean, I could just drop directly down on it, but it just feels better to kind of come in behind and swoop down on it like a... I was going to say like a hawk. Why was I going to say like a hawk? That's a weird thing to say about a spaceship. But that's what it was. So we're swooping like hawks now. In fact, that gives me an idea. Once we land, we will see. Get a little bit of...
Attention.
Oh.
No visual on landing gear.
Yeah, thank you for that. That is a nice touch that they have that in the game. Oh, I forgot that I was going almost 0. Okay, backwards. Sorry, I'm very distracted, apparently. I'm usually better at... No, you know what? I'm not even going to say I'm usually better at landing than this. You're not going to believe me, and neither do I after what just happened. So we'll yaw a little bit to make it look pretty, and we'll drop down. There we go. Not terrible. Not great. Didn't break anything, and that's what matters. Now that we're landed, we'll turn off night vision and turn off the lights. We are going to disable free look. Okay, so here we are. Let us deliver those food packages, food cartridges. I think it was food cartridges. Let's find out. Mission depot. Aha, food cartridges. There we go. Deliver items. We're going to... Can I do... Nope, can't use the scroll wheel, so that's fine. Confirm. And once again, we don't know who... Oh, hey! I was about to say we don't know who that is. I actually do... So, Wolves of Jonai, there was a YouTuber... I don't remember his name. Something with a wolf in it. He was the first guy that I saw a Zero to Hero series on. I don't know if he still makes videos or not. I haven't followed him, sorry. But I was actually in the Wolves of Jonai for, well, many years, but actively for about a year or so. I didn't really play with them as much, but I tried to kind of support the places they were trying to go and do all the activities they were trying to get involved in. So it's kind of cool to land just randomly and see the Wolves of Jonai. I'm still not going to give them extra influence or try and get reputation with them because I need credits. But that's just awesome to see that pop up in an entire galaxy. That's wild. Let me see if I can show you just how wild that is, that just popped up randomly as a group I've actually played with. Where would it be? Ah, squadrons. There it is. So, let's... Insufficient funds. Yeah, I don't have 10 million credits, and I won't for a while. Let's see. So, browse squadrons. Let's just take a quick look here. This is not all of them. But, like... You know, there's them, there's, like, these all have one member. Okay, so this is a bad example. I thought it would show us just a list. It's not showing us a list. Let's do, I don't know, playstyle PvE. Back. List now? Oh, I thought it'd come out. Just show me a list. But yeah, so here, we have 12 pages of, you know, what is this, 9? So that's at least 106? No. 96. No. Wow. Math is hard. 108. That's how math works. 108 of these. And that's just what they're showing me. I don't know if that's the actual number. 108 different squadrons just dedicated to PvE. And we found... Okay. This is the part where I look in the top right corner and realize that I didn't have to struggle with math. They were telling me the answer. Anyway... It's just cool to see Wolves of Jonai. We're going to leave it at that. You know what, let's see if we can get some credits for the little bit of exploration that we've done. We can get 14,000 from basically 2 places. In fact, 2 planets. Nope. Systems. A42 TAC 0 and A42 TAC 4, I believe, are 2 different planets. I did the thing again. I don't know if they're planets or systems. I'm just going to give up on that. But anyway, so we have, this is actually very nice, because this is B21 TAC 0 is where we are now. And B21 TAC 1, I don't know, must be like, it's a binary system, so I wonder if that's what the 2 stars are. This one is worth a lot of credits, but you have to be a certain distance away. Let's see if it'll tell us. Yeah, so 20 plus light years away from the system in order to do that. Yeah, so there we go. So... The red dwarf star is worth 147,000. That must be a very specific, cool star for some reason, because the other one, you'd see that and say, oh, it's probably the same. Nope, it's not. 147 of those 159,000 is from that one star. So you can kind of see where exploration gameplay works out. Let's see, do we have any missions we want to do here? Probably transportation. Wow. I don't know if it's transportation. Okay, data couriering. We can do data couriering? Couriering. That sounds awful. It's a genuinely terrible thing to say, couriering. I don't like it at all. Oh, are we in a famine state? We must be in a famine state because of all these famine missions. Yeah, famine aided needed. So All of these that say 0 light years, we need to go get things and bring them back. So the place that we are, you can have different states in systems. You trigger them very specifically. This one you can... 126,000, what is that? Cryptid data storage salvage. Salvage mission. I don't want to do a salvage mission. You can have different states which are triggered by certain things happening. I don't know them well enough to explain it to you, but it's kind of cool that you can have that where, you know, especially if you're trading, you could get food and bring it here and it would be worth a lot more, which is both really gross ethically and really cool monetarily. It could be both. Why not? So let's see, 119,000 for just data transportation, 2 light years? What is the catch here? So, Elcano landing, so it's going to be almost definitely a, there we go, outpost. So yeah, it's an outpost. There it is. That's the catch. So 211,000 light seconds away. Normally that would be me just passing on it right away. But because we have a Super Cruise Super Cruise overcharge, that's actually not too bad. So I tell you what, we're going to go a little bit longer on this one, and we're going to do this mission. We're not going to do more than that. We're not going to, no, can't use escape. We're not going to do 2 missions like we did last time, because this one is already going to take a little bit of extra time. Do we need any extra maintenance here? No, we're going to leave the paintwork, because they should just make this a separate option, so when you click this, it doesn't do that. Nobody that I know wants their ship to look nice. Everybody wants their ship to look ratty and torn up. Can't press escape. Stop doing that. And it just looks better when you get chipped paint. We will not for a long time, but that's okay. Alright, so where are we going to try and go here? Looks like it might be just below the surface of the planet, so maybe once we get up high enough to be unmask locked, we'll be okay. I'm going to turn on night vision just so I don't run into the planet. Boost straight up into the air. So what I meant by mask locked, in the bottom right you see mask locked, and it has that lit indicator that just turned off. Thank you. Excellent timing, game. That just means you're far enough away from a planet to blast off. Essentially, not blast off, to go into hyperspace. So let's scroll up, and where are we going here? Oh, well, it would help if I set a destination. Okay. I've played this game before, I promise. Even if it doesn't seem like it. Can I go into the... No, I don't have the system data. Okay. See, from there... Nope, I was going to say from there I can hit escape. I can't. I don't know why I keep trying to do that. Let's go this way, and yeah, we can jump straight there. Cool. Go ahead and start the frame shift drive charging while we're doing that, and we will be good to go. Only 2.8 light years, but it's that 200,000 light seconds. When we get there, I'll start off without Super Cruise Overcharge, SCO. I'm just going to call it SCO. And you'll see just how long it would take without that. And then you'll understand the, I believe, I can't check it now, the 160,000 credit price tag on this. Because it's, I mean, the first word that came to mind is faff, which is a word I've never used in my everyday parlance, but, you know, I think that it pretty well sums up going that far. So we're going to have to go way down here. There it is. Hello, Elcano landing. Let's lock that destination. And also let's scan this place while we're here. Get some more discovery data to sell. We're not even anywhere near far enough away to sell that other data, whatever. 160,000 credits for that, but no, can't do that. I guess 147,000. So anyway, we're still accelerating, which is, yeah, that's great. But you can see it wouldn't actually take 7 hours, 6 hours, but it would take, I don't know, 10 minutes to go 200,000. So instead we're going to do SCO, and then we'll overshoot it, but we'll still be way closer. And then you have to kind of ride it like a bucking bronco here, because this ship was not designed for it. Oh yeah, and because the temperature's so critical, because we're in a Sidewinder, you have to back out of it and let the heat kind of cool down, and it chugs fuel like nothing else. But it's still worth it because you get closer, though I'm looking at it. We did not get that much closer, did we? At least we're going fast. Oh no, we didn't get very close at all. Let's do it again. Yeah, watch that heat spike. Already up 10%, 20%, 30%, 40%, 50%. Okay, yeah. This is still going to take a while, and that's fine. This ship is, to be blunt, bad. We'll have to get a heat sink at this next station. Hopefully they have them, because if we can do that, we can pop a heat sink, it'll drain all our heat, and then we can keep flying, even though this ship is, I'm going to say, terrible for SEO flight, because the way that they kind of balance having SEO as a mechanic in the game is, and also to get you to buy new ships with real money, because that's a thing you can do, or you can wait until they're available in game. Do that, it's better. You know, safer for you financially, and also just smarter. Unless you want to support them, go for it. Anyway, the way that they balance that mechanic is new ships are optimized for SEO. Literally, they come out and say SEO optimized. Great. They move a little bit when you're in SEO, but they're not shoving you around up, down, left, right, spin like they do with this kind of a ship. This is an old ship that is not optimized, so it does this kind of stuff where I'm having to fight. This is not me putting in any inputs. I'm not touching any controls. Now I'm going to before we just go way off course. But you have to fight that with SEO. But, you know, you're able to get there a lot faster. Then if you look in the bottom right, we've gone through half our fuel. For context, we didn't get down to half fuel even when we were going through hyperspace. 2 to 3 jumps on those last couple of missions. And here we are halfway through our fuel, and we only did a 2 light year jump to get here, which was nothing. That probably took half of that last bar, and the rest of it is just from these tiny little SEO hops that we're doing. Watch it just start chugging from that. I'm going to be focused on flying, but you'll be able to see. Oh, nope. We're getting a lot of shoving. Oh, there we go. Tiny amount of damage from that. I mistimed that, but that's okay. Yeah, if we had a heat sink, we might be there already. But yeah, so that took a full bar of fuel. Just that one little hop. We might not be able to do too many more of those. Oh, this ship is not good, and it's kind of refreshing. Oh, man. In fact, let's see. I gotta remember how to do it here. There's a button to go into camera suite, and I don't remember what it is. You know what? We're not going to worry about it. I was going to start pushing buttons, but that's probably a bad idea. You know what? No, I'm going to push buttons. Let's see. I was right. It was a bad idea. One of those buttons that I pushed was the stop recording button for OBS. So I will not be pushing buttons right now, because there's another button that does stop recording for Audacity, and I didn't manage to hit that button, so I still had audio that whole time. Now I have to go in and cut out the little bit of time that you didn't see. Okay, great. Maybe I'll just leave it as a blank screen. Who knows? Gotta sync it up, though. When you push buttons, you make work for yourself. I must remember that. Anyway, here we go. All I wanted to do was just look at my ship while it was flying in space, because it was going to be pretty. Okay. Nope. Okay. Ooh, 99% we stopped it at. That's good. That might be... Oh, yeah, we have 2 bars of fuel left. That's plenty if you're just flying like we are right now, but... Man, this is a nothing mission in a better ship, but it's a fun little challenge, kind of a little haul, way to explore some different mechanics when you're in a Sidewinder. So that's good. Tell you what, since I don't know how to look outside of the ship, what if we look inside the ship? What's over here? Nothing? Okay. I'm realizing my folly here. Other ships are really nice to look around in, but other ships are not tiny little Sidewinders. What? Why did we lock onto Joshua White? Did I click on that on accident? Oh. Well, Joshua White is wanted, so that's terrifying. No, don't lock onto anybody, please. In fact, let's get back to our place that we're going. That'd be great. Alright, so we have 1 minute and 13, which is not really true. We're going to try one more hop. Ooh, 1 bar of fuel is going to be pushing it, but we'll give it a try. Yes, I know fuel reserves are at 25%. Yeah, we're going to stop and do that. Yeah, yes it is. That is for sure. We have less than 1 bar of fuel left. 1.18 per hour, whatever that means. Does it show me how much fuel I have? Let's see. Status. It does not. Good. That's bad. I'd love for it to tell me, hey, you can go, I don't know, anything over 2,200 light seconds right about now would be great. Can I go that far? Can you tell me? That'd be nice. I was about to hit SEO again. I can't do that or we'll be stranded, so we're just going to go the last 1,200 light seconds just at regular Super Cruise speed, because I was going to say, well, because that's nice. It is, but also it's the only option. This is going to be a little bit longer of a video than I thought. I knew we were going to be pushing it a little bit by taking this extra contract, but yeah, we're pushing it a little bit more than I thought. That's alright though. Flying around, getting some, I almost said cash. No, I highly doubt that. Oh, almost overshot that. Highly doubt that they have physical currency in the far future. Kind of far future, like somewhat far. It's 3311 right now, I think. 3312. I forget what year it is in Star Citizen. I don't know why I was questioning if it was the far future or not. It's literally 1,000 years in the future. And then some. I'd say that's pretty far future. We are overshooting. Why are we're getting pulled into the gravity well? That's why. Let's see if we can still do this. 6 seconds, good. Not into the belt, that's good. Sorry, the ring. Wait, by the way, the throttle is zeroed out, but because we're getting pulled into this gravity well, it's keeping our speed, or I guess our deceleration low enough. It's keeping our speed high enough that we're still good to go. And I'm going to give it a little bit of forward thrust here just to keep our momentum going into El Cano landing. Our speed is good. Now we just need to get close enough and we'll be able to drop out of Super Cruise. I always tend to like drift, have it drift below me when I'm trying to go to a place, and I think that's more my flying than anything else. We are at 10% fuel, if anybody is wondering. Okay. It's been a while since I cut it that close. In fact, I don't know if I ever have. Welcome to Ocano Landing, which is governed by Unified Kawiska. Have you thought of a different name? Landing pad 2. I believe that that's 2 down there on the bottom. So what we're going to do is we're going to flip around, come at it from behind like we did with the other one, because, oh, I forgot to do the thing I was going to do with the swooping hawk idea. We go ahead and put our landing gear down, and we're just going to yaw into it. We'll also get down into maneuvering speeds here. Yeah, landing gear will drag our speed down as well for some reason, even though there's no such thing as, oh, that was much better. Now that I've said that, this landing will be terrible, but yeah, landing gear going down drops your speed, even though there's no such thing as, you know, air resistance in a vacuum, but what are you going to do? You gotta have some kind of game mechanics, I suppose. Alright, here we go. Let's not overshoot this one, at least not as badly as on that planet. Oh, am I facing the wrong way? I am. How did that happen? I thought I'd... Alright, well... I deserve this loud beeping while I slowly spin. And while we're here, we'll just kind of center up the ship a little more. Yeah, hi. It's me. Still beeping. Yeah. Just doing a few tiny adjustments to try and center the ship a little more. Oh, wait. No. Now there's nothing to show me that I was in the...
Docking successful.
So the numbers were behind me on this one. I don't know that that is right, but you know what? I landed, so who cares? Alright, let's go in here and let's turn in this contract. Mission board. Completed missions? Oh, okay, cool. It's already completed. Let's see. Workers of Cao He Democrats. Cao Hai? Well... 2 eyes, so if you're going Latin, Cao He I, which is terrible. 119,000. That is nice. What do we have right now? 140,000. We're almost doubling our credits just by doing that one hop. Oh, we went upper rank in trade, and Wolves of Jonah went up as well, so hi Wolves. Hope you're doing well. Alright. Well, oh, wait, let's see if we can sell anything. Maybe we went just far enough. We did not. I didn't think so. But we have, hey, that one too. I missed that. So we have over 200,000 credits waiting for us. We might just go on a hop the next trip. Just kind of out of the way to get there. But you know what? I think that is going to finish it for this session. Thanks for coming along with me. Taking our sweet time, getting to terms with this ship, getting to terms with these controls again, getting to terms with starting over. And I'm having a good time with it. Hope you all are too, and look forward to seeing you the next time. This has been Elite Dangerous. I've been, and will continue to be, I suppose, intro nerded. I'll see you in the next one.